Hey everyone, welcome back to Dinar Scope, your trusted source for real, balanced, and timely updates on the Iraqi Dinar, the Vietnamese Dong, and everything related to global currency revaluation. I'm glad you're here because today's topic is shaking up the entire RV community. We're talking about Frank 26's new revelation hidden meetings in Iraq and Vietnam that could signal the RV countdown has officially begun. So sit tight, because what we're diving into might just change how you view the entire revaluation timeline. Have you ever wondered if those secret meetings we hear about, the ones that could completely shift the value of currencies like the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, are really happening behind closed doors? What if I told you that, according to fresh reports, those meetings might already be underway right now, involving powerful decision makers, financial strategists, and international players with serious influence? Over the years, we've seen rumors fade, but we've also seen a few of them turn into undeniable reality. Today's update could fall into that second category. Let's start in Iraq, because that's where most of the buzz is currently centered. According to Frank 26, there have been multiple high-level, closed-door meetings taking place in Baghdad and even beyond Iraq's borders. These aren't routine government check-ins. They're reportedly involving top central bank officials, foreign monetary advisors, and consultants specializing in currency policy. The focus of these talks? The true value of the Iraqi dinar and how to reintroduce it to the global stage with strength and credibility. If that's accurate, it's huge. When a central bank begins internal discussions about currency revaluation and international recognition, that's rarely small talk. It's a sign of preparation. And what's really interesting here is that these discussions allegedly include outside financial experts, people who usually only get involved when a nation is serious about change. In other words, this may not be theory anymore. It might be groundwork. Frank 26 goes even further, hinting that Iraq could be quietly testing adjusted exchange rates in specific regions. Imagine certain banks or provinces experimenting with slightly modified buy or sell rates for the dinar. That's the kind of behind-the-scenes testing central banks often use to measure reaction before making a larger move. If true, these subtle rate changes could be early indicators of what's to come on a national scale. Meanwhile, Iraq's efforts to reduce reliance on the US dollar inside its own economy are becoming more visible. This is a massive move because dollar dependency has long tied Iraq's hands. By transitioning to more dinar-based transactions domestically, Iraq is not only promoting confidence in its own currency, but also signaling independence, a key step before any major revaluation event. Oil revenues play a big part in this strategy too. Reports suggest Iraq is managing its oil profits more strategically, investing, saving, and planning long-term, rather than cycling dollars in and out. That's the kind of mature economic behavior international partners look for before endorsing a stronger, revalued currency. Now, let's shift gears to Vietnam, because this is where the story mirrors Iraq's in fascinating ways. Frank 26 claims that similar high-level conversations are taking place in Hanoi. The State Bank of Vietnam, according to insiders, has been strengthening its relationships with international banks and financial institutions, an essential step if the Vietnamese Dong is to become more tradable and respected globally. Vietnam's economy has been surging in manufacturing, exports, and technology. It's not just about cheap labor anymore, it's about value creation. That shift toward higher value production often leads to currency strength. Combine that with Vietnam paying down external debt and building robust foreign reserves, and you can see how the foundation for a possible revaluation could already be in place. What's even more interesting is that both Iraq and Vietnam seem to be modernizing their banking infrastructure at the same time. Frank 26 notes that Iraq is heavily investing in upgraded digital systems, faster international transfers, tighter compliance, and enhanced cybersecurity. Those aren't just random upgrades. They're the kind of systems you need if your currency is about to handle more global activity. Similarly, Vietnam's digital banking platforms are being overhauled, reportedly to handle greater transaction volumes and integrate seamlessly with global financial networks. Again, that's not casual modernization, it's targeted preparation. Both countries seem to be synchronizing their steps toward international readiness. Now let's tackle the question everyone keeps asking one. Frank 26 has been clear that reevaluations don't happen overnight. Even when everything looks ready, there are layers of regulation, legal processes, international coordination that must align. But according to his insight, both Iraq and Vietnam appear to be in the final stages of preparation, the stage right before activation. So what does that mean for holders of the Dinar or Dong? It means preparation is key. Start organizing your documentation, proof of ownership, and KYC details now. Know which banks near you can actually process foreign currency exchanges, especially for exotic currencies like the Dinar and Dong. Don't wait until the news breaks by then. The lines could already be forming. Another detail worth mentioning. Both countries have been revising financial regulations. Frank 26 believes these updates to transparency laws, compliance systems, and financial monitoring are directly tied to IMF collaboration. And historically, whenever the IMF steps in, it signals deep structural reform and an intention to meet global standards, both of which are essential before any legitimate revaluation. The buzz isn't just at the policy level either. Dealers across various networks are reportedly seeing increased demand, not only from individual holders but also from institutional investors. When larger investors start paying attention, it's often a sign that insiders sense momentum. Dealer networks expanding capacity could mean they're gearing up for higher trading volumes. Another subtle but telling indicator. Let's not forget the geopolitical angle. Iraq has been rebuilding relationships across the Middle East and stabilizing its governance. A stronger, more self-reliant Iraq naturally supports a stronger dinar. Vietnam, on the other hand, continues to expand its role in Southeast Asia, deepening trade partnerships and securing a more favorable global position for its currency. Frank 26 also stresses the importance of education for holders. Many people expect overnight riches, but true reevaluations unfold in steps: legal approval, gradual rate adjustments, and system rollouts. Being informed and realistic means you'll be ready to act wisely, not impulsively. Technological progress also plays a huge role in all this. Modern, secure, and scalable financial systems are the backbone of a strong currency. Both Iraq and Vietnam seem to understand that, investing in upgrades that go far beyond what's necessary for daily banking. These are nation-level financial preparations. So where does this leave you? It's simple. Be proactive. Keep your documentation up to date. Stay informed through credible channels like this one. And don't get swept away by speculation. A revaluation, and when it comes, will likely be a process, not a lightning bolt. And remember, every major financial event carries risk. There's no guarantee, and delays are always possible. But the number of aligning signals, economic, regulatory, and technological, makes this moment one of the most compelling we've seen in years. So let's recap quickly. 1. Get your legal documents and ownership proofs ready. 2. Connect with banks that can handle international currency exchanges. 3. Stay realistic, stay educated, and stay calm. If this shift happens, it'll reward preparation, not panic. In the end, whether every detail from Frank 26 is perfectly accurate or not, the broader picture is undeniable. Iraq and Vietnam are aligning across policy, technology, and global partnerships in a way that's unprecedented. That alignment alone is worth your attention. To every Dinar and Dong holder watching this, stay patient, stay alert, and keep your expectations grounded in facts. We could be closer than we think. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Dinar Scope for more real-time updates as the story evolves. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What part of today's report surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update right here on Dinar Scope, where we keep our eyes on every move in this unfolding RV countdown.